Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here to talk about probably the biggest news that I've ever talked about on this channel. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. And the news that we're going to be talking about today is this. You guys can see the headline. Bob Iger returns as Disney CEO effective immediately, replacing Bob Chapek after a brief tumultuous tenure. That's putting it nicely. Let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so the article reads, Bob Iger is back. Disney, in a shocking late Sunday announcement, said it had reappointed Iger as chief executive effective immediately after Iger's hand-picked successor as CEO, Bob Chapek, came under fire for his management of the entertainment giant. You know, this is Iger pretty much saying, yeah, guys, I fucked up. I know I fucked up here. This is my way of making up for it. I care about this company way too much to just let it burn, right? So it is with an incredible sense of gratitude and humility, and I must admit a bit of amazement that I write to you this evening with the news that I am returning to the Walt Disney Company as chief executive officer, Iger wrote to employees in an email which was obtained by CNBC. This is huge, guys. This is like arguably the greatest CEO of all time returning to his company. The dramatic upheaval comes 11 months after Iger left Disney and days after Chapek said he planned to cut costs at the company. Well, there you are, which had been burdened by swelling costs at its streaming service Disney Plus. Earlier this month, the company earnings vastly underperformed Wall Street's expectations. Even its theme park business, which reported a huge surge in revenue, delivered less than what analysts had projected. So that's one big reason right there, is the financial aspect of it. But I guarantee, guys, even though this is going to be the focus, this probably was the icing on the cake. The final nail in the coffin was the financial situation, but I guarantee a lot of employees just weren't happy with the way things were being run in general. They were very unhappy. In fact, we'd heard reports about this. We'd reported on it on the channel before. So we got Iger's return also comes as legacy media companies contend with a rapidly shifting landscape as ad dollars dry up and consumers increasingly cut off their cable subscriptions in favor of streaming, which is very true. Iger will help the company's board develop a new successor, Disney said in a release. Yeah, you know, like actually develop somebody. Don't actually just handpick somebody because they've done well in Disney before, especially with parks like Chapek had. Listen to this. This is crazy, and a lot of this is just due to how the company was ran. Shares of Disney have fallen about 41% so far this year. As of Friday's close, the stock hit a 52-week low November 9th. And here's their kind of official statement about Bob Chapek. It says, we thank Bob Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic, said Susan Arnold, Disney's board chair. He will remain in that role. Now, you got to understand for sure, Bob Chapek did take over Disney in the hardest time of the company's entire existence, and that was the pandemic era. How are you going to navigate through that? And Chapek did that to the degree that the company was still around. However, that was no excuse for all of the stupid shit that he did throughout that time, right? I mean, we've talked about the Scarlett Johansson situation that could have easily had been avoided. That should have never made it to press and under the umbrella of Bob Iger, and never would have. The Florida stuff that was going on, I'm not going to get into the political things, but it just doesn't look good. Creatives weren't happy. He was hiring like what, bankers or something to make creative decisions on what's going to happen in film, and they know nothing about movies, and Bob Iger will never do that. This guy could have been retired, golfing every day.
Thank you. Now watch this drive.
But he was losing sleep over what this company was becoming. That's why he came back. He was actually stressed out about what this company was becoming even after he retired. And that just goes to show you how much Bob Iger cares about the company in general. So there you are, guys. This is the right choice. I'm so glad they made this happen, but I've never heard anything so crazy in my life in terms of news. This is the craziest thing I think that's ever happened in this industry, and this is wild and massive, and I'm so excited about it at the same time. And I know some people in the comment section are going to point out Bob Iger's mistakes. Yes, Bob Iger made mistakes, but he always admitted to those mistakes. It's something I really respect about the guy. He recognized them and then he fixed them. Under his reign, Disney had 7 $1 billion hits in 1 year. That is insane and unheard of. This is the best CEO of all time, in my opinion. Regardless, guys, I do want to know what you think of this news. I just wanted to jump on really quick, give you my thoughts on this because it is so massive. Thank you guys for joining, and please, before I go, hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit that bell for notifications. I am Bob Martino, and I will talk to you guys later.